Russell, Doerr, storekeeper, second class. Mixture, everything was fairly calm. We had alerts a couple of times on different things that were happening and that we might have been deployed to go there. Lisbon, I can remember there was a movie, Humphrey Bogart and Peter Lorre. I don't know if you remember that movie or not, but that was a great movie. And Lisbon was the kind of town you would expect it from that movie. You know, it was kind of dark and shadowy and a little people lurking around, that kind of thing. In Madrid, yeah, we toured it all. They don't have the landmarks like they had in England and France. I think it was Marseille where we pulled into, and you had to go by train to go to Paris. And they were selling a bottle of wine and a loaf of bread for 50 cents. So you have to kind of imagine how cheap the wine must have been if they were selling it for 50 cents and giving you a loaf of bread. And Wayne and I, and Don Miller, our other friend, we each had our own little basket of wine and bread. And when we woke up the next morning, we had the worst case of diarrhea you've ever seen in your life. It was horrible. In fact, it put us in the hotel for 2 days. We couldn't go far away from any kind of a restaurant. It was terrible. We toured King Louis XIV's palace in Adriatic. Yeah, we did go to Greece though. Yeah. That was part of it. That's part of the Mediterranean cruise. Yeah, we were out probably five months. So it was a long time going from country to country. And even though like countries are very small over there, you know, compared to the United States, you know, like nobody figures England and France and London and Paris are that close together. And in fact, if you had a vehicle, you could probably tour Europe and see a dozen countries in a day. They're that small, you can go from one to the other. Athens, oh, that was very impressive. There's a lot of history there as well, but a lot of beautiful buildings and structures that you could see if you enjoy looking at. I like looking at buildings and seeing nice things and beautiful things, and there's a lot of that. Athens had a lot of them. But we were on alert for the Lebanon situation back in the 50s. They had stuff going on there that was typical of what's going on yet today. Lebanon is always in crisis